Today is the day. I know I said it was gonna be in the second video, but today is the day. We're gonna take this pine down. So stick around, friends. This should get really interesting. Let's go. Before we cut down a tree though, I need to sharpen the saw, so let's get the sharpening. All right, it's go time. Go ahead and pull forward. Keep going.
Right there.
All right, stop.
You need more gas, son. You need more gas. When you move it to the side, the gas is gone.
I put oil in there too.
Yeah, you don't have no gas. Which one is that gas? Oh,
Don't put gas in the oil tank.
yeah, so they burn.
You put oil, gas in there, didn't you?
Yeah.
Bad dad. Bad dad. Gas always goes to the back. Yay, went the right way.
Yeah, I felt it loosen up over here. That's why I was like, get out of the way. 'Cause I felt it.
Yeah. Well, I can see that it was starting to lift up some.
Well, I felt it loosen up. So I was like, get the hell out of the way.
Okay, now the cleanup begins. Obviously, this is sitting right in the house area, and we actually just got it off the phone with Clayton and got some good news. So they're actually going to be done with the house 1 month earlier than what we expected. Now, the problem with that is obviously with the funding and our budget of with that. And I already know someone's going to say, hey, you're always talking about money. Well, yeah, I'm letting you guys know what's going on. So our budget is planned out like almost to the T for December of when we're able to do the deposit and also get the material for the house pad and just all those things that we need. So even if we can't get the house here in November, because we're like 1,800 shy, right? So if what's going to happen is they're going to be done building the home, it's just going to go to Clayton there in Fort Smith, and it'll be on their lot basically until we can finish the deposit and all those things, and then they'll deliver it to us. So but anyway, we'll at least be able to go look at it and stuff. But until, you know, we get to that point to where we can finish paying them, then we will be able to go and get the house delivered to us. So it's a good news, bad news. And I guess if you guys had caught the short video, you already knew that. So anyway, I'm not going to let Dad have all the fun. We're going to go ahead and finish cleaning up this tree, and then yeah, this is a big one. Big bada boom. Nice and breezy today. Thanks the storm came through, but the line is down. Water pipe is ran. All the electrical is ran. Playroom has power. Dad's shop has power. My shop has power. And yeah, all that stuff's ready. So we got a stump that needs to come out right here. So as of right now, right, who we're going to be getting help from, we're still waiting on the word of, because right now that backhoe is down, is busted. So but this stump needs to come out. And then like we have a bunch of dirt work that can get moved around here. Box blade, right? Basically all you need to do. Have a stump that can come out right here. This one's pretty much already rotted. It might even just be able to come out with a tractor, or even just push it over, since we are bringing more materials right in here, right? Just kind of get this leveled out. Get all this leveled out enough to where we can bring a truck in, right? And then same thing right here. So as of right here, there's like a little hump right here, right? We can start moving all that dirt that way. But pine tree came down. Obviously we still have all this we need to move. That stump can come out. Those stumps not too worried about right off the bat. We might need to take out that one. Don't know. It really depends. I'll ask Lee once he gets here. That's the guy that's coming to do the site survey. Should be here basically anytime. Obviously I need to cut this down a little further, that way, because I'm gonna cut it. Obviously this does have a curve to it, and I was kind of messing around with my axe, just seeing how easy it was to take off some bark. But I need to cut it right here. This is actually a 22-foot mark for that length right there. And then I don't know how much this was, but basically 2 logs I can get moved out of the way. We got a pile we need to burn, another pile that we need to burn, another pile we need to burn. But we do have some logs that, you know, we'll have for outdoor fire use, stuff we can stack up. I still got a big cedar back there that I still need to limb up, be able to take care of that. Kind of same thing back there, right? I still got some cedar pieces back there I still need to limb up. All that stuff will basically just burn. But then I still got some trees I need to take down, right? I still got this big tree here that I need to take down. This is a big old oak, post oak. It's actually got some little burl pieces on it, all the way up and down that thing. But that needs to come down. The reason for that, kind of walk over here and I'll show you, but I need to get a new saw blade for the steel, or I'll just wait until the folks that are going to come help out with some tractor work, they can bring. But if you look, kind of look at this tree, start looking up, you see which way that it's leaning, right? It's leaning that direction. Well, that's where the house is going. So if for whatever reason this thing was to come up, it would land like dead center of the house. So I don't want that. Basically all these trees, they're leaning away, that's leaning away. Not too worried about that one. That one's leaning away. We may or may not take that one out. Yes, it is kind of right in the middle of where the house would be, but it's not leaning in any which direction. I know the winds could obviously knock it over into the house, but if we're going to take that one down too, we would definitely have to do that before the house gets here. That way we can knock it down this direction. I'll wait to see what Gladys thinks on that one. But based on all the rest of this, right? Tree stand, that tree stand. Some of these, like, we're still going to come in here. We're going to thin this out because, I mean, we're almost right to the edge of the property, give or take. I mean, from where I'm standing, maybe just a hair over 100 feet that way, that direction. Okay. And such, but yeah, we'll get it cleared out. But we're almost there. So I actually have some, so this log, or those logs, right? Those two logs and this log, we're actually going to be gifting those to somebody. They probably even take this one too. So this is an oak, but these are hickory, oak, post oak, and then hickory. So they can take those, and then obviously I got a few more things over here if they want to be able to take, you know, just in exchange. That way, you know, it's that whole barter system. Because I don't ever expect anything for free. But if I can't afford to pay you via cash, I'm still going to pay you either in services that I can provide, you know, i.e. blacksmithing and or wood, if I have the wood available and you don't, type thing. You know, obviously the folks within the community, I know we all go help each other out and do all those things, but that's also part of it, right? Is, you know, I pat your back, you pat my back type thing. But even though the services that we get and that we help each other, those things, you know, still cost money to do, right? It costs fuel to get here. It costs fuel for the tractor. It's all those things, right? So for us, I always feel better of, you know, giving something back whenever we have folks coming over to help. So it's the right thing to do. It's the right thing to do. But all right, anyway, I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna go catch up with Dad. He actually went to go lay down for a little bit, and then I know he's up and about right now. He's over by the pond. I think he was doing some more clearing out over there. That's like one of his little pet projects that he's been doing, and nothing that needed to be done right this second, but it's just stuff that kind of keeps him busy whenever he's filling up to it. So he has his little pet projects that he goes and does. Anyway, be right back. All right, there we go. So he's actually pulling out, and I didn't even ask if I can record, but that's fine. So here's what we got. This is what we still need to do. He was actually really impressed with what we've already done, and you know, just kind of moving forward. We've already said that we're just going to be kind of scraping this, not a whole lot, just basically getting it smoothed out, and then coming back over with the shell. And he is perfectly fine. He's already said that there's plenty enough room to be able to get the truck in and out over here. But actually, let me get you flipped around. So getting all this, you know, basically smoothed out with, you know, we're going to be utilizing a lot of that because it has all the big rocks and stuff in there. That fill, we have the fill back over there that we can utilize, has all the big rocks and stuff in it. That's perfectly fine. Obviously any of those big rocks that we need to use, that we can use as a base, right? Because it's high on this side, low on this side. So the more we can get this filled in over here with the junk stuff, the less, you know, the amount of shell that we need to bring in. Plus also moving a lot of the dirt from up here this way, you know, trying to get it almost level. So from here to there is roughly 1.5 feet, almost 2 foot difference, but it's kind of hard to tell because it does this, right? So once we can get a nice flat reference to say, okay, well, this is this high, this is that high. We can start bringing the material into this side and feathering it back up the hill, right? But then also have to leave kind of enough. So he's already said that they bring the back of the house in first, trucks on this side, that he be able to get his truck over there enough that he can move in and back it out. Not a problem. He said that that's not a problem, nothing's in the way. And then for here, getting the front part of the house in, because it is a double wide, since we are already utilizing this mound here, that he can disconnect, basically move up only about 2 to 3 feet, if that, and then be able to work it out, because this tree right here is coming down, so that will be out of the way. He said that it wouldn't even need to come down, that he'd be able to work through there. But this stump here would have to come out, or at least be cut flush to the ground. It doesn't even have to come out. He's even said that any of these stumps, not an issue, as long as they're just cut flush to the ground. That we wouldn't even need to dig them out. Just flush them down to the ground. I'm like, okay. I was like, well, we're probably gonna dig this one out and, you know, possibly dig these out. But if we can just get them cut flush to the ground, that's all we need to do. Don't even have to worry about, I mean, he's not even worried about, you know, a shell or anything like that road here. He said that he can get this, the house in and out of this perfectly fine. He said just more focus on the pad here. And then there is one other thing that we do need to take care of down the driveway. So let's go take a look. So this tree, good to go. Not a problem. We didn't know if it was going to be an issue or not. You can see Dad, he's still there clearing out the side of the pond, working on his little pet project. And then over here, right, I had 2 trees that were marked that I was like, well, I don't know if that's going to be an issue or not. And he said, nope, that's not going to be an issue. They're perfectly, that this has plenty enough room on either side. Not an issue, right? Obviously we're still clearing out stuff that we've already cut down. But you know, things like this that we'll be burning, it's just way too much wind right now. So with that being said, right, we're still just cleaning up, doing what we need to do. So we're so stoked. Just if we could get this house by November, oh, that would just be amazing. But it's all gonna determine on, you know, if we can get the funds in time. I don't know. So, and I know that don't talk about the funds, don't talk about the money. Well, hey, we like to keep you guys informed. This tree, good to go. Don't need to take it down. We like to keep you informed. We're not asking for, you know, anybody to donate or nothing. We're just keeping everybody informed that, you know, we're tight on the budget. So if we can get it, we'll get it. If we can't get it, we're gonna wait. That's fine. It can sit up on the lot. So up here, his biggest concern was not even necessarily our property. He's like, do you own that lot on next to you? I was like, no, unfortunately, no. That's our neighbor's fence. So I apologize for any of the wind, but I was like, that's our neighbor's fence. I'm not able to take that down because he also has cattle and stuff out there and such. But he was fine with all this. He said, this looks great. He said, you know, obviously the tires would not even go like where we have these little stumps. He's like, the tires wouldn't even be going that far. He said it'd be pretty close to it. And he's like, but they're perfectly fine. He said the only stump that we really need to worry about on this side was this one here. But I've already told him, I was like, well, we're still not done. We're gonna finish clearing all this out, getting it cleaned up, and all these stumps that we've cut, that we're going to be cutting them, you know, flush to the ground. But this is the only one that's really going to bother him with, because at this point is when the house is going to start swinging, you know, that way, because he has to be closer to this side, because the back of the house, right, will want to swing that way once he's coming around the curve, and it can't run into our neighbor's fence, right? So he's going to have to hug this side a little more, and then he's going to have to go further that way to make a nice, you know, curve. So with that being said, our culvert, oh, this culvert. So obviously we're gonna have to put a little bit of fill in right here, you know, obviously for tires and stuff like that to be going over, but a little bit of fill right in here. And then the truck, his truck, is actually gonna have to come all the way over here to where one tire, the right side of his truck's up here, so we can put a little bit more fill in right here to cover up this culvert. But then his other tires are gonna have to be over here. So we're also gonna have to put down something over on this side that he can drive over. But that also means that all these little trees, all the way to that big tree right here. So all this is gonna have to be cleared out. Basically just get this cleaned up. All the stuff we've already cut, get that cleaned up. He said that this one should be fine, that he should already be able to be back on the road by the time he gets to here. But we'll probably go ahead and cut all these out as well, you know, all the way up to this pine here. So that pine will stay for now, right? We'll let it keep growing, that way it can become my shop later, right? So we'll clear all this out, you know, get a nice little transition coming. But all of this, we're gonna have to take down this barbed wire as well. So these posts, these trees, you know, all the way back to probably this cedar. But we'll go ahead and take those two down. We'll clean this up, you know, we'll leave this tree right here. But then all these, he said, just cut them flush to the ground. Cut them flush to the ground. Just cut everything flush to the ground. And then, I told him, I was like, well, we'll go ahead and put a little bit of material here, you know, just to kind of help with that transition of having to roll over that. Obviously it's going to leave marks, right? But I'm not trying to pop any tires or anything, because we have stuff like this. There's an old post that busted out, so we're gonna have to just clear all this up, get all this stuff cut to where it's flat on the top, nothing pointy like that. All right, and that's it. That's all we got. So, oh yeah, we're pretty stoked that it's not going to require a whole lot to get done. I mean, obviously, I need a tractor. I need a bigger tractor, something that I can pull box blade with. Lil Mac just does not pull box blade. So, and right now my box blade is actually over at Wiley and Jen's place. Wiley's box blade had busted. He's still in the process of fixing that, so he's borrowing mine. And yeah, but as soon as he can, he's actually going to be getting back over here with his big green and my box blade. And then we're going to get this knocked out. So, and then not even too worried about digging out stumps if we can just get them cut down a little more. And then if we got to cover them with a little bit of material, just cut them down flush to the ground, put a little bit of shell on top of it, call it good. So not even worried about that. Well, at least that's what the truck driver said. So yeah, he's been a busy individual. He actually went, and we were the fifth house he looked at, or fifth property he looked at today, and only the second one here in our town. So he's been all over the place, making a list of some future stuff that's going to happen. But ours won't get delivered till November, December anyway. So keeping y'all informed, anyway. We're gonna get back to work. We're gonna continue clearing some stuff, doing some stuff, just getting cleaned up. And man, amazing. Okay, so I think we're just gonna go ahead and get cleaned up for today. It's already getting to be about dinner time. I think Gladys is actually on her way home right now from the grocery store, and I do believe that they just picked something up for dinner for tonight, because who likes to cook whenever you go grocery shopping, right? Not a whole lot of folks. So, but we're one step closer, friends. We're one step closer. Just a little bit of cleanup, a little bit of dirt work, bring in a few loads of shell, done. we will be done. We'll be ready to get this house in. Now, it's just, can we afford to do it early? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. So, with that being said, we definitely thank y'all for following in on today's journey. Check out this other video right here. Stick around for a little bit. It's greatly appreciated. You got the entire year's playlist over here if you want to stay a little bit longer. Icons at the top make it easy to subscribe both here and to our side channel. And then last but not least, get out there, thank a veteran every chance you get, not only on Veterans Day, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks, Dad. He's coming in hot.